Hi everyone, this is Ida with Created to Create. I have a project share. I um I was watching Lady Cree, who is, I think she's Fun Creations here on YouTube, and she had ordered some rosettes, some crepe paper rosettes from Nurse Tara here on YouTube. And I don't hardly ever make rosettes, to be quite honest. I don't make the crepe paper ones, and I really don't make the paper ones. Um, but when I was looking at what she had ordered and what she had received from Nurse Tara, I thought they were really pretty because it was all the fall colors. And I love fall. I absolutely love fall and Christmas. I love the holidays. Well, when I was looking at the rosettes, and because they were fall colors, it reminded me of pumpkins. So I thought, let me make some. I had gone to the thrift store a while back. It's been months. And I found at the thrift store there was a large bag, and I mean a large bag of crepe paper streamers, brand new, still in packages, and it was like a trash bag full, just about. Maybe one of those tall kitchen trash bags. Not a full one, but almost full. Anyway, it was like $3 or something like that. And I picked it up and I thought, I'll use it for Happy Meal or something. And I put it in the back of my car, and it's been in the back of my car for months and months. And when I saw her video, that inspired me to go get it off the car and make some, because I thought they would make great pumpkins. Now, for those of you who don't know how to make them, or you don't make them straight, there are ladies out there that do create them to sell. For example, Nurse Tara, and I don't know her information of her shop, but I will link Lady Cree's channel in the description box, where she tells you where her shop is, or the name of her shop, so you guys can watch that video. It's an awesome video. Anyway, um, I decided to make some, and I'm going to share with you the ones that I created. So I created some small ones. Let me grab them real quick. These are the ones that I created, and look at how cute they are. The only problem with mine, if I had had a pumpkin die, I would have been able to cut them out in the shape of the pumpkin, because crepe paper is really thin, and even when you gather it and make it into a rosette, your die will still cut through it. The only thing it does, that it does kind of press it, it smashes it down, flattens it, and then you kind of have to fluff it back up. That's the only thing. But other than that, and I'll show you a couple that I did cutting them. But anyway, look at how cute these look. If I had, like I said, if I had had a pumpkin die, this would have actually been the shape of a pumpkin. And to make the stem on here, I used a piece of wire, and then I got just a little piece of jute twine, and I put beacon on my little wire that we use for that wire jig, just regular craft wire. And I put the beacon glue on the both sides of it, and I just started wrapping my jute twine, and it was just a little piece, like it didn't take me long to do it. And the reason I put a wire in it is because I wanted to be able to bend it like a stem, and for it to hold the shape. So that's all I did here to create the stem for my pumpkin. And then these were little embellishments that my friend Nisha made a fall box for me last year, and it had some of these leaves in there. This is more like table scatter, and then this is like a sticker, and then a little flower with a bling center. And she also gifted me this die that says fall, and it's a very small one, so it fit perfectly on these rosettes. But look at how cute they are. They're super pretty. So there's one, and they're all pretty much the same. Here's another one. On this one, the stem is turning the other way, fall, and then of course the table scatter, the flower, and the leaf. And I did add some of that stickles around the perimeter of the rosette. And here's another one, the word fall in glitter paper. But I think they're super cute. And I normally, like I said, I don't make these. And I'm not an expert on them or anything. But I think I can give you at least a pointer or two on these. So those are the ones that I created. And then this was my original one. This one is the full width of the streamer, the way it comes. So it makes a bigger one. And I added the word grateful, and I cut it out twice, one in black and one in the glitter cardstock so I could offset it. And then this is a leaf from a little spray that I have. I'll share that little spray with you. And let me get one with a tag. That way I'll know where I picked it up and I can share it with you guys. Oh, well, maybe not. I don't know if I bought this at Hobby Lobby. Yep, it's a Hobby Lobby pick. And it's just I pick up these things, guys, when I go to the craft stores, especially around the holidays. Um, Especially, and then when they're on sale, definitely, because I like to cut them apart and use them on my projects. So this is one that I picked up last year, and I picked up several of them, but I absolutely love them. Now, you know, you can stamp on these leaves, because I did that last year on some leaves. I stamped on them, and they were really, really pretty. So anyway, this is what I used for the berries up here, the leaf. And then I added some green stickles to the edge of the leaf. And the actual stem itself is the stem that was already on the little spray. I just cut it a little longer and folded it in half, and it does have wire, so I was able to use it as the stem on my pumpkin. Now the small ones right here, what I did to create these, I got the piece of crepe paper, a strip. And the trick to having all your rosettes the same size is, if you're making a set of 3 or a set of 4, cut all the pieces the same length at the same time. That way you don't have to go back and measure or anything, because I didn't measure. And you cut them all at the same time. That way when you close them up together, when you gather them, they're all the same size. So that's tip number 1. What I did with this one, instead of, it is a full strip, the width of the crepe paper, but I folded it in half. So that gave me a smaller rosette. And what I mean by I folded it in half, let me show you what I mean by that. It means that I got my little strip of crepe paper like this, and I folded it directly in half, all the length of the strip that I had. And I creased it a little bit down here. I don't want to crease this one too much. And I put my stitches at the bottom where it's creased. That's what I did with that one. So anyway, this one is the full width, and this one is the full width, but it's folded in half. And plus you get it's like a double layer rosette, so it's a lot thicker. But I love the way these came out. And like I said, if I had had a pumpkin die about the size of these rosettes, I could have cut it in the shape of a pumpkin. So I'm going to share with you the ones that I did cut in shapes. So I did have a maple leaf I have a maple leaf that is the filigree piece and the outline. So for this maple leaf rosette, all I used was the silhouette. Not the filigree one, not the intricate one, but just the border one. And of course I had to go back in there and fluff it. And then I put a little bling in the center from that box that my friend gifted me. And I did add some gold stickles. And I think it's super cute. I mean, I wouldn't make a bunch of them because rosettes are time consuming. And like I said, there are ladies that sell them, like Nurse Tara. And that way, if you're not good at it or you don't have the patience, you can definitely purchase them. And here's another one that I cut out using a butterfly die. And it was a 2-piece butterfly that had the intricate again and the silhouette. So I used the silhouette one to cut this out. And I made the little bead, rolled bead with paper. And then I added some, you see the little maple leaves right there? So my butterfly's name is Maple. I had bought this little sequin from AC Moore before they went out of business here where I am. And they didn't go out of business. Well, they closed that. They didn't go out of business, but they closed that store. So anyway, this is the maple leaves that I bought there, and I just, added some glossy accents here and there, and I added a few. And here is, I used black wire to do the antennas on the butterfly. Again, I had to fluff it up because it does kind of smash it when you run it through your die cut machine, but you can fluff it back up. So there's the butterfly that I created. And the other tip that I wanted to give you, like, I'm not going to finish these. This is one that is stitched. I don't glue it. I don't pleat it and glue it. I did stitch it, and I made just a running stitch. And what I mean by a running stitch is this right here. See how it's just in and out all the way. And I try to stay the same distance from the edge. So I try to make my stitch as straight as possible, as lined up as possible. If you're a little off, that's okay, but nothing drastic, because when you go to gather it, and let's say I have a stitch here, but then I have a stitch over here, and then I go back down here, well, in this area, it's going to be wonky. I'm not going to get a straight rosette that looks perfectly round. It's going to be off because of the stitch not being as lined up as possible. And all I do, like I said, I do a running stitch, but I always try to stay the same distance. You see my needle, it's about the same distance from the edge, and that's what you're trying to do all the way to the end. And let me go ahead and finish this one because it's almost finished anyway. I think it's Tara Finch that has a video on this. I'll go see if I can find it. I'll also link that video in the description box. But like I said, if you're not good at making it, or you making them, or you don't have the patience, Nurse Tara makes them, and she does sell them. So that saves you a lot of work because they are time consuming. And not that I'm an expert at making rosettes, guys, but I do sew, and I know how important a straight stitch is. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but most of the time it does. So all you do is up and down all the way till you get to the end. So I'm to the end here, and then all you have to do is grab both ends of the thread, the one where you started and the one where your needle is, and all you do is pull to gather it. I didn't bring some scissors over here with me, and a lot of times this will twist. So make sure that your rosette is not twisted, and just keep gathering it. And see how they are a little, you really have to work with them. So if you don't have the patience for that, then I would recommend that you buy them. I'm going to grab some scissors real quick and cut my needle off. And all you do is make a knot at the end, and I don't make a complete knot right here. I just do it once. That way I can still pull it and tighten it, but make sure you don't pull too hard that you break your thread. See how it closes the hole up when I pull it? This hole in the center, it closes it up. So see how when I pull it snug, it's closed. So that's what you want to do. And then when you do that, of course, you want to make some more knots. Make sure it doesn't come undone. But that first one is really important to make sure it stays closed. And I usually give it, several, and make a couple knots there. And then you just trim this off, and your your rosette is complete. But because you kept your running stitch the same distance away from the bottom, then you get a perfect circle. But like I said, if one of my stitches had been up here, then this would be wonky right here. So that's the other tip that I wanted to give you about on that. But see the back? And then you can actually put a die over this and run it through your machine and cut the shape that you want. That's what I did. I just got, let's say this is my butterfly die. I made sure that the blade wasn't going to cut the center because I didn't want the thread to come undone. And I just put my die down and I ran it through my machine. And when it came out at the other end, I had a butterfly rosette, or crepe paper butterfly. So that's the what I wanted to share with you. and I wanted to share a card that I made last year, and I don't remember if I shared it or not, but last year I made this a card, and I never gave it to anybody. I kind of just made it and put it away and forgot about it until I was working on fall and I found it. Um, but and I think, I'm not sure, guys. There might be a tutorial on this card. I'm not really sure, but maybe if you guys like it, maybe we'll do a tutorial on how to make it, or maybe, and I don't have a sentiment on it either. I didn't put a sentiment in it, but this is a very nice card. It was very simple to make with my just layering papers and a little dye bucket that I have. And these are already pre-made little flower sprays, similar to this fall one that I have here, because I'll pick up sprays, like I said, whether they be winter, Christmas, fall, just different, or just springtime picks, and I incorporate them into my card, and see how nice they look. Even these right here, these are all just sprays that I pick up and I tuck into my creations. And then I'll even incorporate, see, here's table scatter right here, and even that looks pretty. But it's all different kinds of elements that you can put together and really make a big statement on your projects. And then this right here is just a sticker. So we have table scatter, we have pre-made flowers, we have sprays, stickers, but it somehow all works together. So I just wanted to share this card with you in case you guys need to make some fall cards. And then I did decorate the box with this paper that matched what I use on the card. And this box was actually a little bit hard to open. So I glued a little piece of ribbon, if you can see right here, matching what I did on the bucket. And so when I put the lid back on here, and I want to open it up, let me close it so I can share it with you. So when I want to open this up, I have the little pull tab here that I can hold on to open the box. So I think that's a good idea as far as that goes, because sometimes we do have trouble opening boxes. But that's all that I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to share what I had done, and of course give you the information on where you can get these already pre-done, or if you're going to make them yourself, hopefully share Tara Finch's video. That way you guys know how to make it, because I'm not going to do a video because she does a really good job on it. I don't need to do it because she already did a good one. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day, and God bless. Bye.